the main thing with Lucas though is that he's like, okay, I'm gonna use a weird comparison here, that he's kind of like Steve in a way that he can suffer if you're really good at rushing him down, or if you're really good at camping him out.
Right.
Because he, like, yes, he does have a reflector, but at the end of the day, if he still can't hit you, it's not going to matter. Granted, he does have a better projectile than Minecart is. Minecart is as a projectile in the form of PK Fire, but even then, that can only cover a certain amount of space, and if you play around that, you can definitely benefit from it a lot more. But the problem is, talking about it, how it can be rough for Falcon, is if Juice allows himself to get rushed down, Lucas has a really dumb advantage state.
Oh, 100%. All of the two-frame moves. And definitely what kind of helps here is having Nair not just as an approach to snag taller characters like Falcon, but as an out-of-shield option. Which, Falcon, even outside of up B, which is pretty committal, kind of can struggle out of shield against smaller characters.
Ooh, getting the back air. And oh, he got juked. He got juked right there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and being able to play around Lucas's arrows is a huge part of it. But when you're at a disadvantage and you're forced to approach, that's such a tough position to be in.
No kidding. And again, not only are you forced to approach, you're forced to approach against a small character with a projectile that can also box.
Yep. And not gonna be able to find the stock just yet. And we can see right now, KyleGoat playing around these approaches very safely, able to keep him out with the PK Fire and the Zair. High recovery, gonna make it back though.
Definitely more concerned with holding onto the stock than like actively trying to grapple with Falcon in order to kill, you know?
Gonna whip and punish there, and he's gonna lose the stock first.
Ooh. Clean anti-air. That's the thing, when you're Lucas shielding at the ledge, you can only jump. That's pretty much it.
Yep. And this pressure is just doing too much time with the ledge options.
Dead. Yeah, that at that angle, with the angle that Sweet Spot X-Ult has, yeah, that's dead.
And while the drift on Falcon off B really untalked about, like the drift is just, it's insane. You're not making it back from there. The drift is not that good.
Oh, no kidding, yeah.
But we are running it back to PS2. So obviously, once again, Juice doesn't really feel like it's much of like a stage problem, rather just a character thing. And I kind of agree with that. You didn't miss some of your crucial punishes, not because of a stage. You should be fine. Yeah, bad angle, and unfortunately for KyleGoat, if you're Juice, you're taking that any day of the week.
100%. See, great string, and that one little slip up at the beginning of the game might be all Juice needed for this game too here, but we'll just have to see. Reversals are not unheard of, not by a long shot.
Not at all. Having KyleGoat off stage is very, very nice for Juice, because you've had KyleGoat pretty much at the edges of the stage this whole game, and you're still have a very solid lead. You've lapped him by quite a decent amount at this point. Trying to go for a dare, but not going to get it.
Yeah, it's always been, the spacing's or fastball timing's always been off by just a little bit, but they're gonna, I feel like they're finding it.
They're trying to carry him off with a multi-hit dare.
The Lucas classic. Great tech. And I'm loving the angle. They're just trying to out-trade each other at the ledge, and Juice is gonna win.
Yeah, KyleGoat was dead either way. That uppie got caught on the wall, so he was just gonna fall to his death. But just to rub it in, that uppie was not technical.
Yeah, Lucas very famously vulnerable during his recovery at all stages, actually.
Yeah, there's no invincibility on it like Ness does. But also does go further and does not get affected by if you hit it or not during it. Great, just cancel using the tether right there. And yeah, this is rough because right now KyleGoat's at a position where since he's at the disadvantage, he can struggle to get in. Juice can afford to play a little more backwards, force these bad options from KyleGoat.
Oh, and honestly, he has been. He's been way more willing to like dash back and give him space to with a move or just weave around PK fire and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, however, like, and I will say that's definitely good, especially because Falcon can be vulnerable in disadvantage, but you do not want to be too cautious or too comfortable with your lead.
Definitely not. We've seen Lucas has those tricky hitboxes. Just gonna walk him across the stage. This isn't terrible. This is terrible, but it's not undoable. We've definitely seen comebacks from a bit harder comebacks, but you're gonna have to play this one pretty much perfectly at this point. You're way too high of a damage percent. Stray hits can just kill you, and we've seen Juice is not afraid to pull that up B.
Right.
Those shouldn't kill. No.
No, goodness no. Those moves do not really kill by the ledge or without a little bit of assistance, at least up until like 170-ish.
And that up B cross stage is gonna take it.
It's a pretty rough move, at least when it's not scaled.
Yeah. And we're gonna get that early SD did cost him. They cost him down that game, looks like. Definitely gave Juice the little push he needed. And we're gonna see a Kalos pick.
Oh, for sure. Because here's the thing, no matter who you are, the second you lose your stock that early, you have to change your game plan. And at that point, you're switching gears, and it's like trying to go 1 mile per hour to 50 miles per hour as opposed to 50 miles per hour to 100, you know?
Yeah.
It's not a natural change, and that means that you get fog of war.
Yeah. And the switch to Kalos, talked about it the last set we saw with Juice, is that while this stage can definitely benefit the counter picker, it definitely works really well for Falcon. You're given so much space to run around. You can definitely, it's a lot easier for you to catch people with landings. You're given the side walls to jump to help your recovery, and the side blast zones to just help extend combos.
Oh, for sure. Falcon definitely gets a lot of good advantage off this, but I think Kyle is more banking on being able to use Lucas's really strong horizontal spacing to kind of just occupy center stage and whip punish Falcon to death.
Juice has been struggling to find the kill. Just in this is just a general thing I have noted across both these sets he's played in, is that he struggles to find the kill. He's good at backing up this damage and putting these players in bad situations, but he's not finding kills to like the higher hundreds. And then it's like essentially he should be finding these clean blows.
Oh, for sure, but Falcons commonly have to find kills off of like their stray aerial or just like a strong option in general. So against a floaty character with unconventional movement like Lucas, that can become extra tricky.
Yep. I mean, see this little bit of neutral, and you need to play one in there, commit fully. But we see KyleGoat making his first moves. Did hit Juice first. Now he's being the one put in this disadvantage state.
Fair up air.
State without a jump.
Low recovery is happening, and they both throw.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I'd play Danny Boy on my bagpipes, but we don't have that time. They're right back into it.
No, but this is a rough position. This is a really rough position. if you're KyleGoat, you're really starting to question why you went to Kalos. And it's just shown why Juice left it open. This is not at all a bad pick for him.
We're seeing the punish on the on stage down Bs again. Ooh, rough up smash and forced recover low again. Not quite gonna get what they're looking for, but still able to pressure Kyle by the ledge.
Yeah, and F smash. It's gonna build some damage. Not gonna be enough though.
All right. Yeah, this is pretty much this is the game where Falcon's looking for that one opening because they have to negotiate their way out of fireballs and rope snake and a bajillion other scary things Lucas can do to outspace you. But Juice finding his way in anyway, and that back area is gonna do it.
The chow in the head. I hate how big Ness and Lucas's heads are. You know, like okay, let me phrase that. As someone who has to hit those characters, having the bigger hurt box is nice. But I just hate looking at their big heads.
I don't know, like, because we're all born with big baby heads, and Ness and Lucas are both babies, so it's like, what are you gonna do, be mad at a baby?
Yeah.
You would.
Yeah.
You hate babies.
I hate children.
It's true, you're always spitting on babies. Alright.
I'm a sponsored player. I'm a sponsored now. I can't be
That's true.
Nuke it, no more. But we are gonna see the PS2 pick come back. Definitely a pick that we have seen work for KyleGoat. I think a big thing is that maybe it's just me, but KyleGoat's not playing the same confidence he started off with.
Oh, I don't think so. Just because it feels, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like we've gone from like a really boxing heavy game plan where they were getting these really strong edge guard setups to sort of this just a more traditional zoning based play style. Like they've backed off towards the sides a lot more, and that's really let Juice sort of run through.
Yeah, but these small conversions are starting to come through a little bit, and that's what he needed.
Good
He needed
smash.
Yeah, I'm gonna trade with the downbeat. As we see, Juice does have that habit of just gonna downbeat at a disadvantage. Gonna get an upper conversion there. Not gonna get anything more often, but that's still some nice damage. Considering that you are struggling to find like any hits, it seems like giving any percent is huge. Just like that forward smash right there.
It's a very strong. I will say, like, in every matchup so far, Juice has been pretty strong with the parries.
Yeah, with a character like Falcon, it definitely does benefit him a lot to have parries. You can get a lot off these really small things.
Love the tether cancel at ledge again. Like it's a very, very strong reversal option, and it's one you need against an advantage heavy character like Falcon.
Great F tilt there. Gonna angle it down a little bit, and gonna catch the up B because once again, that up B from KyleGoat did hit Juice when he was off stage. That put him in such a rough position to recover.
Oh, for sure. It feels like we've seen just a total change in tides again. All these players are determined to make these last hit game 5, and you know what? For good reason. No dice is a stacked event.
Yeah, definitely see how these players want to play, and we see them pretty well. The main thing is they just have to have the stock lead, which is funny. Like that's as obvious as it is to say. That is when we see both any of all these players shine. When they do have that lead, see how they play the best. And KyleGoat, when he has the lead, is not afraid to be playing as confident as he is. The catch, that should be a stock. Yep.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Had to recover high. Even then, even if you recover low, I do know that while Lucas down smash gets bigger as it goes on, it also gets weaker. But even then, even if you got like the weakest hit, that's still a down smash. It's still gonna kill you there.
Oh, 100%. It didn't even matter because just because even if like that'll send no matter what move that was gonna send at a good enough angle where KyleGoat could edge guard, and that's a 1 game.
Yeah. We're gonna see PS2 comebacks, or we're gonna see Game 5 on PS2. And if you're KyleGoat, you want to be able to continue that momentum on the last game. If you're Juice, you want to be able to slow that down just a little bit, because by slowing KyleGoat down, We've seen how tremendous that effect is.
Oh my goodness! Just this is a great sequence so far from Juice. They've been not even necessarily having to track down KyleGoat's exact option, but they've just been reacting to their position after the DI and air dodge. Like those two things have let Juice snowball this opening 30 seconds.
A great catch with the up smash. And this pressure at ledge, how you gonna get off it?
Right up in
right there. Yeah. He actually has been holding back on those, surprisingly, I feel like.
I think that definitely, just because against Lucas, you want to be a little bit more careful because Lucas can afford to trade or sometimes just cleanly beat out that move. Unlike Fox, who doesn't quite have as many big moves.
Yep, definitely not. But, okay, and the parry right there. And this is not, if you're KyleGoat, you're definitely not out of this. You can still take the stock at a pretty decent percent, but you're gonna have to, you can't be affording these trades because this is still huge damage. Not gonna get scooped by the up smash and roll past it.
I feel like Juice understood the option there, just not quite how long Lucas's roll is, and that might be what tips the scales in the end, is like a matter of character knowledge.
See the low up for you to make it back, and then KyleGoat's gonna put himself to the center of the stage. The parry, not gonna get the kill off it. Stock, no. This is not. This would be. You still for the option. You can make them happy. And having this
yeah, fair. Really can't follow up and quite jail.
Yeah, but they're not gonna be able to kill off the throw. At this ledge is not a tremendous position, but a dash attack is going to take it.
Alright, I noticed that KyleGoat was kind of just floating there, able to, not quite engaging right away, but just kind of wanted to let the invul refresh.
Yeah. And that down B put, that's just like a tough position on that platform to be.
For sure. I can definitely see this being, those platforms, especially at low and mid percents, being really good for Falcon setting up tech chases.
Yeah. Gonna get the up air chains off stage. It's a tough position to be. And you can still get stuck with that. Oh, they're not gonna take it. Falcon is a little bit heavier. You're not gonna be able to punish that either.
Great back throw. However, that angle could be pretty bad for Falcon. Not quite gonna SDI out, but still gonna live it.
22%. This is very bad for KyleGoat, but there we go. Could have gone a lot worse. But how always you punish me? Going to get a jab 3, and that's a lot of damage. That was like 30%.
Oh, 100. Like absolutely. That move might not have the most power, but the damage output's no joke.
Yeah, and you have the lead now. This is not at all a bad position for you to be in. Juice wanted that knee.
Okay, yeah, just kind of trying to pressure an option. Like as I think Juice knew that was an early up smash too, but was kind of hoping KyleGoat would try to react too early.
Missed attack, but not gonna get the sweet spot. Only after connecting it.
Everything is just, it's last dog game 5, and the whole game seems to want Juice to get this one.
Gonna get the uppy.
Oh, no!
You can tell they both, something happened to the switch. They both,
Yeah.
KyleGoat got up, Oh, I think that's KyleGoat. Someone got up in the background. I'm not sure if that's. Are they both sitting? Who was that? Are they both sitting there? They're
Maybe
both sitting there. Who was that in the? Who's that in the background?
I'm not totally sure. Everett, no one is. All you need to know is that no one is happy with that.
Yeah.
All you
That's.
need- But you
Oh,
know what,
jeez.
dude? I've been there. Like, I've been there. I think we all. Anyone who's ever played on stream has been there.
It's
Look,
yeah.
Sometimes it's not skill. It was just gonna happen, and it's something like. And it sucks to lose that way, but you take it with you and you get a little tougher from it in terms of like the way you cope with pressure.